Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. No treatment on the weekends for our daughter, so everyone gets to sleep in a couple hours, and it makes life so much better. See what we can get into today. I got a couple, well, it's only one project, but it involves two rigs. Let's get into it. So on the old K-Dub here, when I bought it, it had a pretty janky fifth wheel set up on it. And I bought this Jost used to throw on it. And it's been working just fine, but it's to the point now where it needs to be rebuilt. There's some slop in it that won't adjust out. And so what I'm gonna do, back in October of last year, I rebuilt this one. It's got all new mechanism underneath it, locking jaws, new pivot bushings in there. And I measured it up. The bolt spacing is the same as that one. So I'm gonna pull this one off. 2, 4, 6, 8, 20 bolts. And I'm gonna put it on that truck. And we also got the ramps 100% finished. The video is too long for TikTok, so it'll be on YouTube. Go over there and check it out if you want to see that. I would really appreciate it. Callie, what are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. So that's the fifth wheel that came on the Kenworth. They don't make parts for it anymore. I was going to try to get in here and show you guys what's bad about it. Might be a little hard to see, but that's a tack weld on the cylinder. And how these work is air keeps it locked. And then when you release the air, it unlocks them. And then the actual locking pins on the sides, they cut off and use the wrong style, so they don't go all the way through. It was put out of service for that back in November when they took it off the road, and I wasn't gonna run it. I said you can't get the parts for it anymore, so it is what it is, and we got to get it going the other way now. Well, it took all night, but the battery is finally good and maintained on this. I don't know, it's probably just a garbage battery. Four-wheelers, not that old, and the batteries are just junk when they come from the factory. So that is the plan for today. It'll take you guys long, but first let's go make some food for some breakfast, and that'll be that. We'll get into her. So am I the only one that does this with their drinks? So I put 2 cans of Red Bull and banana in a drink, and then I only drink half of it. Well, if I only did 1 can, I'd drink it all down real quick and it wouldn't be enough. Yeah, that's just the way my brain works, I suppose. Guess we'll do some sausage and eggs. Seems like a good thing to do. Also found some bacon that was open. Get that browned up, and then we'll add our eggies, and that'll be breakfast. Alright, I saw another creator try this, and it worked. It's supposed to be the easiest way to crack eggs ever, so we're going to give it a try this morning. Say this. We're going to do that one more time, because that was too easy. That one didn't do too hot, but it did open it right up, and the egg fell out. No eggshells into eggs, Alec. Come on, do better. Okay, one more time. One more time. I didn't drop it high enough. There we go. That's awesome. Okay, so it really works. Alright, got the meat all browned up nicely. Got some crunch on the bacon. Dab up the grease, and then add salt and pepper and scramble up the eggs. Much better. Got that done. Gonna add a big chunk of butter to the pan and we'll get them going.
leave it there for now so they can see it.
And just like that, it is time to eat. Well, bon appetit. Oh crap, no hats at the table. So delicious. All right, it is time to get this buzzed off. You got the one airline for the slider. This one has 7 bolts per side. The bolt heads, 1 1/16. The nuts are 15/16. And we'll get them taken off. Got the DeWalt 20-volt 1/2 inch and a swivel. And we'll get her to her. And then we'll lift it off with the tractor because these are pretty damn heavy. Alright, got all the bolts out of this one. Really didn't take that long. Got the airline disconnected. And now this one's ready to lift off of here. But I figured first, go over to that one, get it pulled. And then I just got to do the 5th wheel shuffle. Alright, so ready to pull this one off. This nut can stay. So we just got to pull that one there, 9 on each side, and I'll have to save and reuse these bolts because they're longer than the other ones because of the lock mechanism. But I'll get this one all pulled off. And then the airline's on the driver's side of this one. It's not a huge deal, just make it work. And yeah, we'll get it off, then we'll move 5th wheels around. Okay, so these ones are being pretty stubborn. I got the first 2 out. What I'm having to do, put the 15/16 on there, and then a cheater, like so. And I would use a socket, breaker bar, and a pipe, but I cannot get a socket on the bottom of all of them. So I got them soaking in a little bit of mouse milk. Cleaned up the grease and stuff so it don't get all over my tools, and just one by one we're breaking them free, just like that. I was able to get the 7 out, but these 2 just do not want to budge. So we'll put a little heat on them and see if we can't change their mind, if you know what I mean. All right. Got the last 2 off. Heat worked just fine on that one. That one, had to get the breaker bar, cheater pipe, but we got it. So off to the other side, and then we'll swap them around. Just about ready to set her on there. This one don't look too bad, but the frame over here, I'm gonna hit with the wire wheel, clean it up a bit before we set it on. Like a glove, and I bent the release handle a little bit, but it's on there, and anything else we'll figure out later. All right, it lines up nicely, the bolt holes line up, and I don't have a hole here in the angle, so I'm going to mark it and drill it on each side. And then this one won't hit the angle, but I'm still going to put a bolt in it because that is the slide block, so the 5th wheel doesn't come all the way out. So that's going to work nicely. Then I think I got to slide it forward at least a notch. I'm pretty sure the center of it's supposed to line up right here.
That's how the other one was. So I'll slide it forward 1 or 2 and see how that looks. We're gonna get the hole drilled and get her tightened down. Got the holes marked and center punched on both sides. Gonna use my step bit here to cut down through them until the bolt fits through. And that'll be that. Then we'll slide her back in place and tighten it up. Alright, got the holes drilled. All the bolts fit in nicely. So all I'm doing now is anti-seizing up the inside of the hole where the corrosion builds up. Put a little bit on the threads there, and then the flat part of the washer, or the nut. These ones don't have washers. And I'm going to go through and tighten it all down and hook the airline up. That'll be that. So the airline was pinched and had a leak right there, so I need a new ferrule for that, and I'll get that hooked up tomorrow. And then one of the boys went and picked that up because the left front caliper, sorry, someone in their Bigfoot farting in the woods fucking Cummins. The left front caliper is not releasing. I'm having a shit time with O'Reilly's calipers. We're gonna get it taken off and replace it again. We're also gonna do the brake hose, and the fluid's clean as can be and not contaminated. So that's what we're up to now. Got to be right up there with my favorite tool I ever bought, lug nut socket kit. They're all impact and thin wall, fit damn near everything. And just like that, we have that. I'll scuff that up when we get the parts back. And a new brake hose. Good enough for now. Well, good evening, everybody. The time of day has come where this video is over. Appreciate y'all tagging along with me today. And have a great night. We'll try again tomorrow.